Tonight on 8 out of 10 Cats. Here's the news. It's Krishnan Guru-Murthy, Lord of the Manor, Vic Reeves, and their captain, Sean Locke. And facing them tonight, from Little Britain, it's David Walliams. He's got the X Factor, Louis Walsh. And their captain, Dave Spikey. Now, welcome your host, Jimmy Carr.
Hello and welcome to 8 out of 10 Cats, a show about opinion polls, surveys and statistics. Did you know, for example, an American man called Charles Osborne has had the hiccups for the past 19 years? If you're watching, Charles, boo! The lenses in your eyes continue to grow throughout your life, which explains why old ladies are so good at word searches. 90% of women would prefer a man to be chivalrous rather than politically correct. That's why, when some slag is slinging a rook, I always open the door. Right, let's get started. What are you talking about? That's the name of our first round. We've teamed up with a leading polling organisation and they've asked the British nation what stories they've been discussing this week. It's our panellists' job to guess the British public's top 5 most popular talking points. Sean's team.
I think they've been talking about the whaling. The Japanese tried to reintroduce whaling. You know, they're the band. Yeah.
What's wrong with whaling?
Krishnan, you're on the proper news. What do you know about whales?
Japan says we want to start whaling again, and they're trying to persuade world opinion on the International Whaling Commission to back them, and they say, if you don't back us, we'll just leave and do it anyway. So that's the Japanese for you.
Was that going to be on Channel 4 News? So to conclude, that's the Japanese for you. Oh. What can you fucking do?
I like Krishnan tonight because you've got a couple of buttons undone, haven't you? You should do that more on the news. You get more viewers.
I'm not allowed. I tried reading the news without a tie once and my boss wouldn't let me go on.
Are you allowed to wear shorts on a really hot day?
But whales are supposed to be one of the most intelligent animals on the planet. I read somewhere this week, a whale's supposed to have an IQ of 2,000. Don't really measure that.
They can't even hold the fucking pen.
I know.
They can, in the little hole.
But that whale that came up the Thames, one day in London, died of stress. Associate with that.
They're supposed to have very therapeutic qualities, whales, aren't they? Their whale song is supposed to be relaxing. You know, that noise, they're sort of like... Oh. I think it sounds more like they're faxing.
Louis? Did you get that?
That sounds like G4.
The Whale Brothers.
Let's see if it's one of the top 5 talking points this week. Yes, it is. Yes, commercial whaling is back on the international agenda after Japan forced a vote. To be honest, I went off whaling when it went all commercial. I like the early stuff. Right, Dave, David and Louis, what else have the nation been talking about this week?
World Cup. Can't get away from it, can you? We won the group, didn't we? 2-2 draw with the mighty Sweden. But there's been more interesting, the wags. The wives and girlfriends.
I would love to be a footballer's wife. And it's just a great life. You just get to go out shopping all the time.
But Colleen sent one of her friends back to Liverpool to do some shopping for her. From Baden-Baden back to Liverpool, obviously the fashion capital of Europe. I mean, how badly do you need something from JJB Sports? You know what I mean?
Who's going to win?
The best team.
Kickers.
Yeah.
Yeah, come on, the striker.
I'm with Vic on this.
England United.
Not a clue. Krishnan, have you been watching the football?
Yeah, I mean, the tragedy of Michael Owen, obviously, is...
Is he not very good?
His terrible injury, which was really upsetting.
What injury did he get?
Cruciate.
A cruciate ligament.
Where's that?
It's just around your knee.
Can you show me on your knee? See your knee. Please. Fuck's sake.
David, you seem to have nailed your colours to a different mast tonight.
Well, did you ask not to be with me? Because last time I was with you, and you seem to not like it. And now I'm over here with Louis Walsh.
I think you're perfect boy band material, aren't you?
Who out of us here today could make it in a boy band?
I think Jimmy.
Jimmy?
I think Jimmy. I think Jimmy's good.
Talking about pundits, though, is anybody else so irritated in this World Cup by the amount of statistics that they throw in during a game that you're just completely not bloody interested in at all? I mean, Mopson all the time. It's just, that's the 199th goal since 1938 scored by a Swedish bloke. Well, he said the other night, he went down the line in the England substitutes, he went, Theo Walcott there, he's got a provisional driving licence. Has he? Has he? Well, get him on then, no. Get him on now.
Louis, presumably the Irish supporters are getting behind Wayne Rooney because he's fairly Irish, isn't he?
Yeah, he's pretty Irish. He looks Irish, doesn't he?
He's got the Irish name.
He has the Irish
he comes from
potato.
Liverpool,
Yeah.
and also he's shaped like a potato.
He's a really good footballer.
Yeah, he is. Which is lucky, because otherwise he'd be in Asda car park.
Well, I would...
Is he the striker?
Yeah, the striker.
The striker's going to win. Mickey Rooney, come on! Football, yes! Albert Finney, not it! Is Albert Finney in the group?
No, he's not, and you know that.
I'd like to watch an England game with you commentating. Right, let's have a look and see if the World Cup is one of the most talked about things. I'm guessing it is. Yes, of course. The number one talking point this week. Yes, England are through to the last 16 and will play Ecuador on Sunday. A lot of people are taking sick days to watch England matches. Unfortunately, Michael Owen is one of them. Right, Sean, Vic and Krishnan, what have the nation been talking about this week?
People have been talking about that photo that was in all the newspapers. Did everyone see that? Prince Philip breaking wind on the royal balcony.
Oh, take away your OBE. How dare you?
He looks very pleased with himself, doesn't he? As he raises one leg.
Pull one's finger.
It's interesting that every member of the family has a slightly different response.
Yeah.
Prince Harry, being young, thinks it's very funny. The Queen is not amused. Prince Charles just looks confused.
It does explain that when they're in the carriage together, she's always going like that. She's both mad.
The reason they're laughing, he's probably treading on a fox's neck. They love that kind of thing.
Who's the boy at the back?
Prince Harry, you know
Harry.
that.
He's doing the owl thing, isn't he? Going,
He's trying to blame it on an owl.
don't worry, Grandad. I'll get you out of this one. It's an owl!
Do you think he ever pushes the Queen under the duvet? Just ask him. Oh, Prince Philip breaking wind. Let's see if it's up there. Yes, Prince Philip was photographed supposedly farting on the royal balcony. He denied it, forgetting that, of course, means he supplied it. OK, Dave, your team, what else have the nation been talking about?
What do you think, Louis?
Top of the Pop's been cancelled?
Yes, drastically.
I imagine you've been talking about, haven't you?
Well, it's a bad day for pop music, you know? Because we're all going to miss it. It's going to be like the Queen Mum. We're all going to miss it when it's gone.
Is she dead?
Still dead, yeah.
She did Top of the Pops 3 times, didn't she?
Yeah. So did Vic.
I've been on 3 times,
Yeah.
and I presented it once.
I remember the first time I went to Top of the Pops was with boys on, and we were absolutely delighted. We were going to London, we were doing Top of the Pops. And then we got there, we found out they had to sing live.
Couldn't they sing?
I'm not saying anything, but we had a big problem. We sorted it out in the end, because some of the guys had sore throats. So.
Oh, sore throat.
Sore throats.
Oh, they had sore throat. That's a hell of a coincidence, isn't it?
Yeah, so we got a full mine.
What do you think killed Top of the Pops, Louis? Is it you? Is it you? Is it the curse of Westlife?
Nothing to do with Westlife.
Girls
or
Aloud.
Boyzone or... You fancy
Boyzone.
everybody in Girls Aloud. I know.
I do. I met you at a party, and I asked
Every one
you
of
to
them.
set me on a date with any of Girls Aloud.
You did.
You asked them all en masse. So what did they say?
They told me they'd get back to me.
Let's see if Top of the Pops is up there. Yes, it is. Yes, the BBC have axed Top of the Pops. Former host Jimmy Savile will be turning in his grave. Hang on, he's not dead. What's he doing in that grave? Oh, Jimmy. OK, fingers on buzzers. What else have the nation been talking about?
Is it Gordon Brown's been hinting that we're going to build some more nuclear weapons? Because we need them, don't we, obviously? How are we going to pay for them? We've no money, the country's cash-strapped, so you're going to pay for them. It's a lottery-funded missile programme, wouldn't it? With the lottery thing on the side going... It could be you!
Because the Russians aren't really much of a threat now, so who do you want to fire them at?
God, the chances of getting a genuine discussion of global politics here are slim.
Do you think it's a good idea, Dave?
Well, I think the lesbian groups are delighted because it gives them a chance to have another camping trip.
Krishnan, the nuclear programme, we know pretty much nothing. Tell us.
Gordon Brown's announced that he wants to retain our independent nuclear deterrent because we really need it, because our existing one isn't actually targeted at anybody.
Ours isn't aimed at anyone.
No.
So if we press the button, it's...
Oh, it's like...
With the Prescott in office, that button could go any time, couldn't it? You'd be like, come here, love, come here, bang!
Is it a top 5 talking point? Let's have a look and see. Yes, it is. Yes, Gordon Brown has pledged to spend £25 billion on a new generation of Trident missiles. Why put all that money into nuclear weapons? £25 billion worth of fireworks would destroy the world. And at least then Armageddon would be a party. At the end of that round, I can tell you that Sean, Vic and Krishnan have 2 points. Dave, David and Louis have 3 points. The next round is called The Poll with a Hole. We've looked through hundreds of surveys, past and present, from around the world and unearthed some fascinating facts. Unfortunately, each statistic is missing one salient piece of information, so it's up to the panellists to fill in the gaps. OK, Dave, David and Louis, 15% of pet owners are upset because what?
Their love can never be legal. Have you got any pets, Louis?
No, I've no pets. No.
I could see you with a little dog.
No.
A little dog and a cigarette holder.
No. You're thinking of Simon Cowell.
Sharon Osbourne's got... What dogs has she got?
She's got 2 dogs, small little white ones.
Has she tried to give you one?
No. What?
A dog, I mean, Louis! He thought I meant sex!
15% of pet owners are upset because what?
That's not a very nice place to put a firework.
What is the answer?
All right, I'll tell you. 15% of pet owners are upset because they can't spend more time with their pet. If it's any comfort or consolation, your pet couldn't give a shit. OK. Sean, Vic and Krishnan, 12% of men have thought about, but not got round to, what?
Take it away, Vic. Points in the bag.
It's obvious, isn't it?
Yeah, it's obvious.
The octopus thing. You know, like digging it out, putting an octopus on the head with many bells on the tentacles.
Is that the answer? No, of course it's not. We're just messing around.
We're just messing you about, Jimmy. We're just messing you about. Messing you about with stupid answers.
Krishnan.
Is it smashing in James Blunt's face?
Yeah, Sean, what do you think?
Is it put their record collection in a weird order, like order the fatness of the singer? They've got Meatloaf at one end, Prince at the other end. So Elton John moves up and down all the time. At the other end, you've got your Danny Minogues. Not that most blokes would have one of hers in the record collection, but I don't know.
What's wrong with Danny Minogue?
Is it that, like, you're in a sort of East End comment? What's wrong with Danny Minogue?
What problem with Danny? You come to me.
I'm going to tell you, it is in fact 12% of men have thought about but not got around to doing voluntary work. I do more voluntary work if they up the wages. So at the end of that round, it's 2 points for Sean's team and 4 points for Dave's team. The next round is Believe It or Not. I'll give the panellists a simple statement. All they have to do is decide whether they think it's true or false. Dave, David and Louis, let's have a look at a clip to illustrate your statistic.
The Daily Mirror calls on you.
Who? Us?
Yes, and millions of other young people like you.
Hey, you two, cut it out. You're the Daily Mirror, aren't you? Can't you stop them?
Stop you more like it.
What?
Well, why spoil their fun?
I never carried on like that.
And look at the mess you made of things. Oh, don't worry about him. The Daily Mirror believes in young people, and that means you.
Well, that was an advert for the Daily Mirror from 1983. Here is your related statistic. 75% of young people say their biggest worry in life is spotty skin. Is that true or false? Louis, what do you think young people worry about?
Did you have spots when you were young?
Very few, yeah. But I got Clearasil, and I sorted them all out.
They didn't have Clearasil when you were young.
They did.
Are there any pop stars with spotty skin?
Mick Hucknall?
Mick Hucknall's spotty.
He's not good looking.
No one knows if he's spotty because no one's been able to look for long enough. Vic's not taking a great part in this round, but...
I found it on the floor. There was a bit of loose, you know, this stuff on the floor. So I thought, you know, why miss out on an opportunity like that?
It's a golden opportunity. True or false?
If you're at that age where you're getting spotty skin, that's adolescence, puberty, and there's all the things that go with that. Like chatting up girls, and you think they'll be amused if you do that thing on the back of the knee that makes the leg collapse. I did it to Christine Argy's in the dinner queue once. She had a tray and everything. And I did both knees.
What were you worried about when you were young? Because you told me you were very confused when you were young. How do you resolve those issues?
Just stop it.
Love it if I kissed you.
No, I wouldn't.
You would love it. You just need to try it.
I don't know whether this is the forum.
It is. I am ready. Let me just give you a little kiss.
No.
You kissed Louis earlier.
Well, you kissed my knee earlier as well, so...
I want to work up your body.
Right, 75% of young people say their biggest worry in life is spotty skin. What do you think?
I'd say it's true.
You think it's true? OK, well, I can tell you that the answer is true. Sean, Vic and Krishnan. Let's have a look at a clip to illustrate your statistic.
For Tony, it's audition time on Star Quality. Incredible what you can do in 60 seconds.
That was Tony Rudd. I know what you're thinking. No, that was Michael Jackson. No, it was Tony Rudd.
But that guy's not even a Jackson looky-like, sound-alikey, look-alikey. He's just not in anything at all alikey. He's like a vaguey, bitty, tiny bitty likey.
OK, your related statistic is as follows. 36% of obsessive fans would be willing to swap a family member for their hero. Is that true or false?
Swap a member of my family for an obsessive fan, though, wouldn't you? I quite like to have
any
an
obsessive fans. I bet you have. Yeah.
No, well, I've had one who wrote to me every week for 18 months and
Man or
begged
woman?
me to marry her, and said she was being sent off to Bangladesh to be married off by her dad, and I was her only chance. And she said, "I'll meet you outside Luton Station at 3 o'clock on Friday," and I never turned up, felt a bit guilty, and the letters stopped. The letters stopped, and I thought, oh, poor girl, she's been sent off. And after my first day on Channel 4 News, I got a letter from her, it was a year later, saying, I wasn't really sent off to be married, I was just saying that to make you jealous.
And you married her?
I married her, no.
The trouble with Luton Station, there's 2 exits, isn't it? It's very easy.
Who's your hero?
My hero's Madonna.
If you had to, David, who would you swap for Madonna?
My dad. Is it
Why
all
have
right
you
if
got
I have
banana?
this now?
Where did you get that from? Was
I
that...
got it from the room. I'm hungry. I didn't have time to properly eat. I'm having a banana. Get on with the show. I'm going to finish it. You might as well get on with the show.
So 36% of obsessive fans would be willing to swap a family member for their hero. Do you think it's true or false?
We think it's true.
Well, I can tell you that the answer is false. In fact, 72% of obsessive fans would be willing to swap a family member for their hero. Fair enough. If I could broker a deal to swap my Auntie Gladys for David Beckham, I would. I'm not a massive fan of Beckham's or anything. I'd just like to see our midfield improved. that round. It's 2 points to Sean's team and 5 points for Dave's team. And the winner is the name of our final round. I'm going to give the teams a series of opinion polls, and it's up to them to buzz in and tell me who or what they think came top. Here is your first one. Most frequent nightmare.
We need points, Vic. Tell him a nightmare.
Nightmare. It's got to be the one where Neptune's been pursuing you on his BMX. 10 points for that one, Jim.
Running out of crisp before you run out of dip.
Dave, you have a nightmare?
I have a nightmare. It's a nightmare where they're after me because they think I've murdered somebody, and then they arrest me, and then they're going to execute me, but I escape. And it's a night, you're running all night, and it's really, really terrifying. And all I know is I've got to find this bloke who's got one arm, right? Why, that's the fugitive, sorry.
I've had a genuine nightmare once. It was quite recently, and it was Sven-Göran Eriksson. It's the night before the World Cup final, and he calls me into his office, and he says, "I'm picking you for the England team." Yeah, and I'm going, no, I'm shit. Don't pick me. I'm useless. I said, "I'm not even in the team." He says, "You are now. I've had a word with FIFA." He said, "I've told all the players just to keep passing to you." No, I'm useless. And he's going, "No, trust me." And I go out of the room. All the players are going, "Wanker, piss off." I'll pass to you. And and then I look in the mirror and I'm Peter Crouch. Give us a clue.
Well, people tend to wake up when they have this nightmare.
Falling.
Correct. Yes, Britain's most frequent nightmare is falling, specifically falling in love with Heather Mills McCartney. Britain's least favourite household chore.
Is it helping your mum put her cards up in the phone box?
For me, it's bringing out the dead.
Your least favourite household chore is...
Bringing out the dead, or, you know, when they go, "Bring out the dead! Bring out the dead!"
You're like the most fun uncle ever.
I'm going to face this way for a bit. I love looking at colours going by my eyes. There's brownish red and green and yellow. Surrounded by some blue squares and a purple central area. Yeah, you can't fool me.
Britain's least favourite household chore. Lou, have you done any housework recently?
Hoovering.
That's a correct answer.
Wow.
Yes, Britain's least favourite household chore is vacuuming. The reason I don't like vacuuming is that if anything does go wrong, the people in casualty can be very sneery. Well, that sound tells me it's the end of the round and the end of the show, which means the final scores are Sean, Vic and Krishnan have 3 points. Dave, David and Louis are the winners with 6 points. Thanks to all our panellists, our wonderful studio audience, and to all of you for watching at home. That's it from us. Good night. Well, thank you for watching 8 out of 10 Cats. If you want to watch another episode, you know, feel free, or pop to Pornhub for some different kind of fun. Good luck. You can also go to jimmycarr.com and buy tickets to see me live. I'd love that. I'd like it if you liked and subscribed. But, don't feel pressured. Do your thing. You be you.